Hi, my name is Katrina Knoll. I'm an avid tutor at the Department of Student Success. I tutor for the Accuplacer, the reading, writing, and math. Today I'm going to be showing you a little demonstration of some of the questions that you'll be asked on the test. I'm going to go ahead and start with the math. This is a common problem that our students have questions on. Alright, so here we have the problem and they ask us to factor. Here we have 9x squared y minus 18xy minus 27y. Now looking at this, we can see that there's something common that all of these factors share. They all have a y, and they all can be divisible by 9, because 9 goes into 9 once, 9 goes into 18 twice, and 9 goes into 27 3 times. So we can go ahead and first pull out the 9y. We're going to pull this out from our equation. That's going to leave us here with x squared. And like I said before, 9 goes into 18 twice, so we're going to pull out the 9, leaving us with the 2. So we're going to have 2x, right, because we pulled out the y over here, minus 3, because we pulled out 3 from the 27, because 3 times 9 is 27. And of course the y, because we pulled it out over here. So this is what we're left with, 9y, with x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now we need to factor out this number here. If you remember, factoring, we're going to pull these numbers apart. First we're going to take our x squared, an x over here, an x over here. Now, when we factor our answers, we need to make sure that we come out with this number here up at the top. And sometimes you're not always going to know right away which numbers they're going to use, so you have to solve the factor in order to make sure that you got the right answer. Let's go ahead and start with negative 3 on this side and positive 1 on this side, because we know that 3 times 1 is going to give us 3, and 3 minus 1 is going to give us 2. And even though you see here that we have 2 negatives, we're still going to use a negative and a positive, because 2 negatives will make a positive, and we don't want to be adding numbers here because we want to be left with the 2. Alright, now we want to solve our problem to make sure that we're doing it right. So we want to do x times x. It's going to give us x squared, and x times positive 3 over here is going to give us just positive x. And then we're going to do negative 3 and x, which is going to give us a negative 3x, and negative 3 and a positive 1 over here is going to give us a negative 3. Now, even though this number here does not match up quite to this number up here, we have these two numbers that both have 1x, so we can go ahead and subtract 1 from the 3. So we have x squared, and of course since the 3 here is negative, we're going to take away 1 from the 3 to get 2x, and then just bring down the negative 3, because we can't do anything with that. And as we can see, that gives us the same number up here, so we know that this factoring was right. So our answer is, of course, we pulled out the 9. Go ahead and put this 9 back here, and then the factor of x, negative 3, and x plus 1. This number gave us this number here, which we checked, of course, by factoring. Alright, for this part, I will be showing you a few questions from the writing part of the Accuplacer. Of course, for the writing part, you will be asked to write a short essay from 300 to 600 words, roughly. And then you'll also be asked a series of questions. It's like sentence structure questions. This is an example of one of the ones that'll be on there. It says, and of course we always want to fix the part that it's underlined. It says, contrary to popular beliefs, bats do not actually entangle themselves in the hair of humans on purpose. And we can tell by saying that out loud that there's something that sounds a little bit funny with this question here. Alright, we can either use the process of elimination to eliminate some of the answers that we know right away are wrong, and that kind of narrows down our answers and helps us find the right one usually. Now, some of us can right away tell that this sounds a little funny. Now, why is that? Because the beliefs here is plural, and also here on the bats. Now, it doesn't need to be plural on beliefs. That's like telling us that there are one or more beliefs, but that is not the case. Here we're talking about more one bat, and the belief is singular. And here are the answers we have: contrary to popular beliefs, and of course this one is going to be the same as the one that's already here. And B says contrary to popular belief. C is contrary to popularity beliefs. Now, we can tell by looking at this one that this is going to change the meaning of the sentence a little bit, and we don't want to change the meaning. We just want to make sure that it's spelled properly. And then down here, we have contrary to popular believing. Now, this one changes the present tense from present to future. Believing would be future tense. And that's why B here is our correct answer, because it has belief spelled plural, and that's the one we want. And we can put this into the sentence: contrary to popular belief, bats do not actually entangle themselves in the hair of humans on purpose. Now, of course, saying this together, we can tell that B is our answer. Now I'm going to show you a quick question from the reading part of the Accuplacer. Now, for the reading part, you will be asked to read short paragraphs, short little stories, and it's usually going to be asking for reading comprehension, cause and effect, different things like that. Now let's take a look at this one here. This is just a short passage. Let me read it to you. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most important ecosystems in the world. However, it is slowly being destroyed. Areas of the rainforest are being cleared for farms and roads, and much of the wood is also being harvested and sold. There are several compelling reasons to protect this area. First, a significant number of pharmaceuticals are made from plants and have been discovered in the rainforest, and it's quite possible there are still important and have not yet been discovered. Secondly, the rainforest provides a significant portion of the world's oxygen and also absorbs great amounts of carbon dioxide. Without the rainforest, global warming could accelerate. Alright, for this one it asks you the main purpose of the passage. And it's good to read it as many times as you can, make sure you really understand and go as slow as you want to. Now, here we have the different answers. We can use the process of elimination again, like we did before, to present the major reasons why the Amazon rainforest should be destroyed. Now, in the passage, even though it talks about people wanting to destroy the rainforest, it doesn't present major reasons why the rainforest should be destroyed. So we know that this first one here is not the main purpose of the passage. Now, our second one says that the main purpose is to explain why the Amazon rainforest should be protected. And as we can see up here, it tells us areas of the rainforest are being cleared for farms and roads, and woods are being harvested and sold. There are several compelling reasons to protect this area. And then it goes into our first reason and our second reason here. Let's go on to the rest of the question just to make sure. C says, to argue the rainforest destruction is a major cause of global warming. Even though it is mentioned briefly here that without the rainforest, global warming will accelerate, this is not a major part of the passage and is not our main purpose, as it's only mentioned once. Now, D says that the main purpose is to discuss how the rainforest has helped in the development of medications. And even though we know from reading the passage that it mentions pharmaceuticals being made from the rainforest, this again is not the main purpose of the passage. So by eliminating the ones we know are not the main ones, like A, C, and D, we are left with B, which tells us that the main reason of this passage is to explain why the Amazon rainforest should be protected. And as seen several times in the passage with our first example and our second example, we can conclude that the major purpose of this passage is to explain why the Amazon rainforest should be protected. Well, as I said, these are just a few of the questions that will be on the Accuplacer test, and my name is Katrina Knoll with the Department of Student Success. Thank you so much for watching.